What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we heard that Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell, Kevin McCarthy, and Secretary Mnuchin, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, they were going to have a meeting together. They had that meeting at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Well, that meeting lasted about 1 hour, a little bit under 1 hour, and then they decided, let's adjourn and let's come back a little bit later. So they decided we will come back and we will continue to talk at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Well, it is right now 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time as of shooting this video, and we still do not have any answers from Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer, or Kevin McCarthy. So I was going to wait. Normally I'd do a video about 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I normally do a stimulus update, but I decided to wait. I wanted to get the new information, see what's going to happen, see what they're saying. Well, right now there's no new information other than the fact that Mitch McConnell said as he was leaving the first meeting, we haven't heard about the second one yet. Now, by the time I publish this video, we might hear something. And if that's the case, I'll update you on everything tomorrow morning. So make sure you go ahead, subscribe, hit that like button, and then come back tomorrow morning and watch that update as well. But here's what Mitch McConnell said when he left the first meeting. All leaders have agreed to remain in session until a deal is reached on both the omnibus bill and the COVID relief package. So right there, they are saying, or he's specifically saying that we will stay in Washington until a deal is done on both of those packages. That's good news. But he's not saying that we are very close. We're almost there. This meeting was supposed to be the end. This meeting was supposed to be the last meeting before they really come together and put this thing to bed. Get it done. Get it over the finish line. Chuck Schumer said it was a good meeting. He didn't want to go into details. He just said it was a good meeting. Right now, we know that Mitch McConnell is on board with the $748 billion stimulus package. However, this means there's no state and local government funding, which Democrats are not on board with. They do not like that. And there's also no liability protections, which Democrats love that. But at the same time, Republicans don't really like it, would rather it's in there, but they can live without it for now. What's being said is that the stimulus checks that were supposed to be in this package, which are not in this package, these will be talked about later. Mitt Romney asked about them. Josh Hawley asked for them. Bernie Sanders, many people in Congress have asked about stimulus checks, and everybody points to the exact same, or pretty much says the exact same response. We can't do it now. And here's one of the reasons why. One of the most recent reports is stating that, yes, the leaders might be all on board with this $748 billion stimulus package, but there's many other people in Congress, both in the House and the Senate, that are not on board with this package, which could ultimately lean a little bit to this not getting done. Democrats are saying at less than $1 trillion, a COVID relief package, that's not enough. We can't pass this and then wait another month or 2 months in order to get a new package done. Right now, it's December 15th. So we still have, 35 days until Joe Biden comes into office? That's too long is what Democrats are saying. That we need something now. We need a larger stimulus package. But at the same time, you have Republicans saying that at $748 billion, that's too high. We can't support that. That's too much money. It's just too much. So we are not going to vote for that. These are the reports that are coming out. Now, whether or not the leaders ultimately agree, yes, that's important, and that's the first step, because if they can't agree, then the bills will never see the floor and will never get voted on, will never pass, and will never make it to President Trump's desk for a signature. But what's being reported now is that, yes, even though the leaders might agree, some of the other lawmakers might not. They might not be on board because for Democrats, it's too low. It needs to go up. We need more stimulus. We need more COVID relief. And for Republicans, like, that's too high. It needs to come down. And so again, they're both fighting. Where are we going to end up? $748 billion is not a lot of money. It's about let's just say about $200 billion in new money. The rest of it is coming from the CARES Act. So what we know based on reports earlier today is that President Trump still wants stimulus checks. He still wants these included in this stimulus package. Well, as of right now, who knows if that's going to happen? Most people are saying that it's probably not going to happen in this package. And some people within the Trump administration are currently saying that it would provide a larger boost to Joe Biden and it would provide a better economic recovery for Joe Biden, which would look good for Joe Biden. The problem is if President Trump wants to rerun for president in 2024 by getting additional stimulus check and putting his name on and getting out there to the American people, it seems like a good idea. This is a positive sign because people will remember that, oh, that's the guy that gave me that $600 or $1,200 stimulus check. I should vote for him in 2024. But here's what people are saying. One anonymous source is saying that right now the risk of providing stimulus checks doesn't actually outweigh the reward. So the risk is they provide stimulus checks. Joe Biden sees the reward. President Trump doesn't see much of it. And that's if he does run for re-election in 2024. Many people say he does want to, but there are also some reports that are saying that he's considering not doing it so that he doesn't have to go through all this again. And he doesn't have to put his family through all this once again. So we will see. But as of right now, stimulus checks at this point aren't going to happen. They are not going to happen at this point. But again, things could change all of a sudden. What I want to tell you is that right now, so many people are wanting stimulus checks. So many people are requesting stimulus checks. But every single person is pointing to the exact same thing, saying it's just not possible in this package. Now, as soon as I get more information from Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, Kevin McCarthy, Chuck Schumer, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, or even President Trump, as soon as we get more information, more updates, I'm going to give you those updates. But chances are this meeting is going a little bit longer, which is a good thing. If this meeting lasts for hours, that's a good sign. That's a good sign that they're making progress. They're getting closer. And ultimately, within the next few days, we could see a deal get done. But here's what I want to tell you, and this is extremely important. If a deal on this, if we don't see this bill come out, we don't see this bill happen in the next day, then we might push through the December 18th deadline. And as of right now, most of the reports are saying that a lot of people in Congress are pretty much predicting they're going to push back that deadline once again, probably for about another week, maybe 2 weeks. And right now, it's being said that if this gets pushed back about 1 to 2 weeks, the likelihood of stimulus, an additional stimulus package getting done about the last week of December is actually fairly small. Now, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news here, but I just want to report the facts that are coming out, that they say we might not see a stimulus package done in the final week because it would make more sense for Democrats to wait and potentially see them regain control of the Senate. So, I think getting a stimulus package done as soon as possible is the best course of action. But again, I understand where Democrats would be coming from. I understand their point of view. But for a Republican side, you'd think, well, let's try to get done whatever we can because there's a potential, there's a chance we don't hold control over the Senate come January. If that happens, they probably want to get something done now that has some stuff that they want in this bill. Because if Democrats have a clean sweep, they have control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency, it's going to be much easier for them to push stuff through. So that's what we know right now. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll share more. Thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.